And this segment of the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Boost Performance Training in Corona. Athletes of all levels and all sports train at Boost. And also ask about the Bass Private School. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist you can trust. Chick-fil-A in Yucaipa, right off the 10 freeway at Yucaipa Boulevard. Eat more chicken. And if you'd like to promote your business or organization on the show, send us an email. Help us share the positive sports stories here in the Inland Empire. What is up, y'all? What is cracking? Welcome to the Inland Sports Show. My name is Pep Fernandez. Appreciate you tuning in on a Wednesday night. Another fun show for you. A little bit later, we're going to hear from we're going to talk about a lot of different things, but we're going to hear from Coby Merrill, JW North wrestler. He's a heavyweight. He's been to the CIF state finals 2 years in a row, trying to break through this year and bring home that state championship. He's now in the heavyweight division. We're going to hear from Coby in just a moment. We also have Moreno Valley girls basketball coach Larry Wright. MoVal has emerged as one of the top programs, not only in the area, not only the Inland Empire, not only the southern section, but one of the top teams, period. They're doing another great job, and he's got big hopes for them. Remember, so close to the CIF Southern Section title last year. They want to make a state run as well, and they got the talent and the coaches to do it. We're going to hear from Coach Wright in just a second. We're also going to hear from Jaden Daniels, our guy from Cajon High School, who got the Washington Commanders to the NFC Championship game, so close to the Super Bowl, but a historic rookie season for our guy Jaden Daniels, the pride of Cajon. We'll talk about that as well. We got some high school soccer and high school basketball as well. But as I mentioned, we're going to start with a little bit of wrestling. I've covered a lot of wrestling over the years, not only here in the southern section, but across the state. I love wrestling. I wish I could do more. Sometimes I feel guilty. I'm like, man, we do a lot of football, and I get it. If you look at the analytics, football drives the numbers. But man, I would love to do a lot more wrestling, especially during the winter. Congratulations going out to JW North. They went on the road and beat a very good Liberty squad on the boys' side to win the Sun Belt League Championship. Also a shout out when you look at that Raincross Conference. We just had them on the show. Luis Robles and Paloma Valley winning the Ivy League title. And they had to beat some really good teams. First, they won that head-to-head massive showdown with Lakeside, and then they had to beat perennial powerhouse Canyon Springs, and they did that in another battle. So Ivy League champ Paloma Valley, Sun Belt League champion JW North. And for JW North, all eyes have been on the heavyweight Coby Merrill. He has been fantastic all season long. He just beat the guy who was #1 at the heavyweight division. So Coby is now not only #1 in the state, but he's also #1 in his weight class in heavyweight. So when you look at the state and national rankings, Coby's it. He is the #1 guy right now. So big goals for Coby Merrill going into the wrestling postseason. Here's some video of him wrestling against Paris. But for Coby, being #1 in his weight division, obviously he's the front runner, the favorite to win a CIF state championship. For Coby, he made it to the CIF state finals, first at 195 pounds and then at 215. Now at the heavyweight division, he's hoping to bring home the state championship. Here is Coby Merrill from 3rd in Chicago.
Inland Sports.
And now join us here on the Inland Sports Show. In fact, they just won a Sun Belt League title, but this guy's got really big goals this season. It's Coby Merrill from your JW North wrestling team. And Coby, first off, I guess just because it's timely, you guys just won the league title, the Sun Belt League, going on the road and beating a very good Liberty team. I would assume that's kind of the first step, right? In the first of several goals, several milestones you'd want to hit on the season. Is that safe to say?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think it was a great goal for us to have this year, for us, losing a lot of duels last year. This year we won, a good amount. We've ended our team things this year as being league champs, winning this last tournament, a duel yesterday. And then also now this weekend we qualified ourselves for CI team duels. And yeah, that's the last bit of a goal before the postseason to, do well in that as our team. I think we had to have a good run in it this weekend, Yeah, I
was gonna say the duels, they start on Saturday, don't they?
Yeah. We start on Saturday. It's a single elimination, so we got 4 duels over there. We do well in that. We qualify for, I think, Thursday next week. We do well in that, and, we're CF dual team champs, and that's history in the making,
That's awesome. Coach Kistler's one of my favorite guys. He's such
awesome.
he's a legend. The Kistler family, obviously legendary here in the city of Riverside. Coby, for you, when you look back at the last 2 years, getting to that state championship match, does that fuel you going, in this season? Like, man, I've been on the doorstep. Like, I need to break through. And I know you're a junior now, and we're going to talk about being a heavyweight, but a different weight division. But do you feel like, man, I feel like this is my year now?
Yeah, for sure. I think this year is it. I think the last couple of years, I had injuries between shoulders, last year's knees. Injuries plagued me through showing guys what my true ability in wrestling is, that finals match. And this year, as long as trying to stay healthy, injury free, and I think this year is the one for sure.
That's a great point. I was going to ask you. So much of wrestling is at this point of the year, like when you go into the month of February. How are you feeling? Are you feeling healthy? Are you feeling strong? So it sounds like compared to the last couple of years, you're feeling great, huh?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. This postseason for sure. The goal is to stay healthy. Heavyweight now. I'm stronger now. I'm feeling good. This time of year, almost everyone's banged up. Everyone had competition throughout this whole season. So the goal is, who's less banged up. Who's the most ready to put it all on the line? Who's tuning it up every day at practice. To put it on the line and show your best ability at the final stage at state.
All right, so Coby, correct me if I'm wrong, but freshman year, 195, last year 215.
Yes.
Now you're up at the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
Was that in the back of your mind? Was that the natural progression? Did you figure by the time you were a junior you'd be at the heavyweight division?
To be honest, no, not really. I played it by year. I always, I just work out, I wrestle and everything, and whatever weight lands is whatever lands. And really the biggest thing is people don't really want to cut weight, and I don't want to cut weight as much as you want to focus on wrestling. You don't want to worry about cutting like 5 pounds the day of wins or the day before. You want to eat. I get to eat all the time now. No really full diet, just feel good. That's so far the heavyweight transition. That's what I've been doing, and so far it's been a good transition.
Coby, that's a natural transition to my next question. Being a heavyweight, I'm sure you probably have like a target weight where you want to be wrestling at, but as opposed to some of the other weight divisions, do you have the liberty to eat whatever you want, or maybe get that second plate at dinner time or anything like that? Because
oh yeah, for sure. Eating is like I eat. I still have a good diet. I try to put good stuff in me. But yeah, I could get a second plate if I want to. This last weekend, of course, I had a buffet of just steaks and everything. So I get to eat whatever I want. I get to feel good as long as I eat whatever I want. But as long as you feel good wrestling, then it's good. You're putting on quality size. You're getting stronger in the weight room. You're still moving as good in the wrestling. You can't say no to that.
I'm sure your teammates are jealous.
Oh yeah, some of them are. Some are cutting hard, and I'm not though. So I tell them I used it and everything, but they don't think I understand. So I understand your position and everything, but it's little sacrifices,
Okay, Coby, your brother Cody was a CIF state champion at the heavyweight division. Did he give you any advice like, hey, you're so close. If you just do this or you do that, what kind of, did he share maybe his experience or maybe something that he did that you can draw from to, give yourself a better chance of going all the way to that first place finish at state?
No, nothing really too far or much. I mean, we went to different high schools and everything, so we don't really have like we don't really talk too much and everything. But I mean, I think that, he went up to heavyweight. I think, he was, decently sized heavyweight, but I think this year actually I put on a better size than my brother did last year at heavyweight, at state.
So, Coby, you talked about this time of the year, just being healthy, just feeling good going into, the big tournaments, the postseason, I would call it. Do you feel like maybe you're wrestling your best right now, like compared to maybe where the season started?
Yeah, I really do think I'm wrestling my best. Every practice, I'm getting better. I'm training all the time, how many days a week. I'm working out how many days a week, and every practice, the goal is to get, 1% better. So even since the beginning of the season, every day I've been trying to get better at one move. It could be perfecting my high crotch takedown or something, or snap down, go behind. And I think, a couple months into it from, season started in September, October or something. And all the way to now, we're almost in February. I think I got a little bit better since then,
All right, Coby, full disclosure, as we do this interview, so everyone knows, Coby was like, hey, can we do it? When we record this interview, can we do it a little bit later? Because I got to make sure I get my homework done and get all my classwork done. How important is it that you're getting the job done in the classroom as well as the wrestling mat?
Oh, so much important. I think that a lot of people forget the life of not just an athlete, but you're considered a student athlete. You go to college, you're going to be a student athlete. You worry about the classroom. You worry about the wrestling. I think to excel in the wrestling room, you got to excel in the classroom too. To be a smart, person in the classroom, it translates really well in the athletic side. And, if I get my options open to it, if I do want to attend an academic college, then boom, I'm ready to go there too, So it's balancing that homework. You're studying for a test. I have a history test tomorrow. You study for that. And at the same time, you got to get trained and be ready to put it on the line this weekend at the duel. So it's both,
Mm-hmm. Well, Coby, it sure sounds like you've got a big future in the sport of wrestling beyond high school. But if you weren't wrestling, what would you be doing? I mean, I don't know how your grades are. I assume they're pretty good. What would you want to do, or what would you want to study?
I guess I would say actually is I'm leaning toward like the medical field. Since I had injuries myself, I'm thinking about, after the career is all said and done and over, being a doctor would be pretty cool. And then, the orthopedic side, since I had knee surgeries and anything, would love to fix anybody who had knee problems like me that's not able to walk for a while, all that stuff, So that sounds like a great idea for now. So I'm leaning toward that, but that would be, I guess, your answer to what would I be if I'm not a wrestler right now,
But the more immediate goal, I would assume, is, post high school is you're going to wrestle Division I somewhere. I mean, I'm sure you're probably already talking to schools or have offers or whatnot, but is there a dream school out there, or just maybe certain criteria like, I'd like to stay on the West Coast, or, I want to wrestle in the Big Ten, or, is there anything like that you could share?
I think the dream school of a plan I would want to go to is like, a place that, that I have a good support coaching system, kind of like what I have at JW, and I have Coach Kisser that's like supports me. He believes the same goals I believe in, and also having great workout partners. I have, Coach Kisser and all the other assistant coaches. When I go to next school, I want to make sure I have, good partners near my weight and everything, and then also, a great college that's, really interests me and it has the major I want, and, little stuff, I guess, there's little stuff as in like, okay, if it's close to home, that'd be awesome, or, if it's a great college team, that'd be awesome too. So little stuff that will, make the difference,
All right, Coby, final question. And all you got to do is finish this sentence, fill in the blank for me. In order to win a CIF state championship, I need to blank.
I need to be healthy. That's number one, I'd say. And then I just got to put it all on the line, and all the stuff I trained for, just put it online and, show everyone that my wrestling skills, I think, and it'll show. I let actions speak more than words,
Well, Coby, man, it's been an awesome season for you already. I think your coach was telling me, I think you're number one in your weight class in the state, and I think in the nation too. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so obviously, man, you're already having a ton of success, but I know for you, you want to come home with that CIF state title at the end of the season.
That'd be awesome.
Guys, that is Coby Merrill from the JW North Wrestling team here on the Inland Sports Show. Coby, thank you so much for the time, and best of luck the rest of the season.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Fernandez. Thank you for having me on.
Inland Sports. It would be awesome to see Coby bring home a CIF state championship while wrestling for JW North. Remember his junior year, getting to the state finals a couple times. And funny enough, his brother Cody won the CIF state championship in the heavyweight division just last year while wrestling for Gilroy. So we could have another Merrill up there at the top of the podium, bringing home a first place finish at the CIF state meet. All right, when we come back here on this edition of the Inland Sports Show, we're going to hear from Moreno Valley girls basketball coach Larry Wright. The Vikings have set sail towards, well, potentially an Ivy League title, a CIF Southern Section Championship run, and then the CIF State Playoffs after that. We're going to hear from Coach Wright right after this. And this segment of the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Boost Performance Training in Corona. Athletes of all levels and all sports train at Boost. And also ask about the Bass Private School. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist you can trust. Chick-fil-A in Yucaipa, right off the 10 freeway at Yucaipa Boulevard. Eat more chicken. And if you'd like to promote your business or organization on the show, send us an email. Help us share the positive sports stories here in the Inland Empire. The Inland Sports Show is proud to partner with Dr. Marcus Paulson and Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Dr. Paulson and his team work with children, teens, and adults using orthodontic products like traditional braces and Invisalign to make a difference in the appearance, comfort, and function of each patient's teeth. Paulson Orthodontics welcomes new patients, so schedule a visit today. Paulson Orthodontics. We make braces fun.
Here are 3 tips for improved sleep for student athletes. Number 1, try not to perform any activities in your bedroom besides sleeping. This associates your bedroom with sleep. Number 2, only go to your bed when you're really sleepy and after a routine. This way, when you see your bed, you'll think of sleep. Number 3, if you can't sleep, get out of your bed or bedroom. This way, you can prevent your bed or bedroom from becoming a wakeful trigger. Sleep plays an important role in your development as a student and athlete. So if you want to play at your best, get some rest. Boostman.
Hey guys, this is Jason at Ken Sporting Goods. We're almost to 1,000 Instagram followers. Tell your friends, like us, come down and see us. Thank you so much for your loyalty.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. Let's talk some girls basketball right now. We had a chance to catch up with Moreno Valley girls basketball coach Larry Wright. Mo Val having another great season last year, getting to a championship game, trying to get back and win it this year, make a CIF state run as well. But first things first, Mo Val wants to win the Ivy League, which is one of the top girls basketball leagues in the area. And if the Vikings take care of their business and Rancho Christian takes care of their business leading up to that final game of the year, which I believe, I don't have the schedule in front of me, but we're going to talk to Coach Wright about it. But I believe it's on next Monday, this upcoming Monday, which would be February 3rd. That should be for the league championship. So Mo Val, if they win out, could either be the sole champion of the Ivy League, or if Rancho Christian, found a way to win, because that first game came down to that final shot at the buzzer. If Rancho Christian won and they'll be in Temecula, then it would be a tie for the Ivy League championship. That's if they both win out this week to set up that Monday night showdown down in Temecula for the Ivy League title. Here is Moreno Valley basketball coach Larry Wright. Such a good dude, and they are having another great season. So happy for the Vikings. Here's Coach Wright.
Inland Sports.
And now join us here on the Inland Sports Show. He is the head basketball coach of your Moreno Valley girls basketball team. The Vikings having another big season. It's Coach Larry Wright. And Coach, man, you guys are doing some big things in Mo Val right now. We're going to talk about a lot, including first place right now in a very tough Ivy League at 7-0. What have you liked about your team this season? What have you guys done well as a team?
You know what? I like our resilience. I like the fact that we're coming and we're fighting. Coming off of last year, losing in the CIF Championship Division II AA, we could have easily, and then also getting in the state playoffs, the tough losses that we had, it could have been real rough. And so I liked our resilience. They came back all this year. We've worked hard. We fought. One of the things that we talked to the girls about is that last year we had no seniors. So I said, even though we're getting the same girls back, I'm not necessarily expecting the same team because of their growth. And they've been able to mesh and with their growth. So it's been great. That's what I've loved about it the most.
All right, Coach, I was going to save this question for later, but I'll hit you with it right now. And because you mentioned last year's team and what a special season it was. With this new format, I know we do it in football, but now all the CIF sports have the new playoff format where you don't know your playoff division for sure until the end of the season, into the regular season. So with that said, 2AA again? Like, where do you think you guys might fit in this year?
You know what? We have one of the hardest schedules, top 10 schedules, strength of schedule wise in California. I'm anticipating Division I, possibly open division if we win out. Looking at a 6, 7, 8 seed or so, depending how the rest of everyone else plays out in the open division and again, Division I.
All right.
And we're excited either way.
So, Coach, with that in mind, I was looking at your schedule. You've played some really good teams. I know Mater Dei was on there. You just played Etiwanda at your place this past Saturday night. In the back of your mind, when you're looking at your schedule or building your schedule, are you thinking, we're going to be Division I or we're going to be 2AA or, we're going to be in a big division playing some really good teams. We better be ready. When you built that schedule or had that schedule in mind, is that what you were thinking?
That is exactly what I was thinking. One of the things that we want to do as a program is play the best. That's why we're in the gym. We're working hard. We don't want to run from anything. We're trying to swim in shark-infested waters. You know what I mean? So I tell the girls, you either become a shark or you become food. Yeah. And so that's been kind of the mantra. We played a very tough schedule and then got the experience. I think that's one thing that we lacked last year. I always said that we've been playing with house money. And it's a little bit different this year. It's a lot different this year, actually, because a lot of people, we're not sneaking up on anyone.
Mm-hmm. Because of last year's success, did the standard or the expectation feel different this year? Like you said, this is a new team. You finally got some seniors. It feels like a different team, but at the end of the day, I mean, getting to the finals and coming so close to that championship, did it kind of fuel you, maybe even all off season in the back of your mind, like, man, we got to get back. We're so close. We got to do this.
Yes, definitely. If you're a competitor, which all of us in the gym are, it definitely filled us because that's not a given. Being able to get to the CIF finals, especially the higher you go up in divisions, everyone's working hard. There's so much talent, in Southern California, and not only Southern, all of California. I was told the CIF Southern section, like Division II and up, is some of the hardest in the country of basketball, most competitive rather overall of girls basketball that is being played. So absolutely, yes.
Let's talk about some of your players. Got to start with the Mill sisters, Leasia, Alacia. I mean, I think one's a sophomore, one's a senior, right? So
Yes,
what have they meant to the program and the team this year?
Well, first starting with Leasia Mills, she was the one that helped really kickstarted the program to the next level. We had some people before, Melissa Castro and Taya Brown, players before that have helped lay the foundation. But as far as the actual jump that the program has taken itself, it started with Leasia Mills. She's a 3-time All-League MVP or League MVP. And moved up in each league, so which has been good. We were in the Inland Valley first, then we moved up to the Sun Belt. Now we're in the Ivy League, and she's been able to maintain level of play. So 3-time MVP, 3-time All-State player. Then you go with Alacia Mills that has come in, and she was all-world freshman last year, and then she's following that up with a very competitive sophomore season as well.
All right, Coach. I'm looking at your schedule now. And you mentioned Ivy League play, which is awesome. Ivy League is tough. And I see you got a game against Beaumont mixed in there as well, right? Maybe one more, is that still on the schedule? And is it like a tune-up ready for playoffs a little bit?
Yes, it's actually a tune-up ready for to get it ready for Rancho Christian.
Well, yeah.
We play them next Monday. But yes, we still have a few. This week is going to be a busy week for us with 3 games. We have tomorrow we play Heritage at Heritage. Thursday, we play, we're at home, senior night versus Paloma Valley. And then Friday, we're at home before we travel to Rancho Christian next week to end out the season.
Yeah. And, for the sake of our conversation right now, let's say you handle your business and Rancho Christian handles their business. I mean, potentially you guys you control your own destiny, right? You're in the driver's seat. You went out, you're the Ivy League champions all alone. But if Rancho Christian can, if they win the rest of their games leading up to yours, they have a chance to maybe get a tie. So do you guys feel like, hey, don't leave no doubt. Let's go out there. Let's win it. Let's go undefeated. Let's be the Ivy League champs and what's arguably maybe the toughest girls basketball league in the area.
Yes, absolutely. One of the things that is the goal, actually. We want to win league. We want to win section, CIF, win the section, and then go up and win state. So it's good that home game, it was electrifying, the last shot that Leasia had hit. But with that being said, we talk about that, controlling our own destiny. We want to make sure that we win it outright. We've been fortunate enough through our hard work to win each league going up, since I've been coaching here. And, we haven't skipped any steps. We won, in the Inland Valley, we won in the Sun Belt. And, now we're just trying to have that success transfer over to the Ivy League.
Coach, you sent me a video clip of Saturday's environment against Etiwanda, which we know Etiwanda is one of the top programs in the state. And for them to, come out to Moreno Valley and play you guys, that was really cool. What's the buzz like on campus? I mean, last season, you guys are really good again. It looks like you got great, fan support. What's it been like on campus?
You know what? The campus has been great. It's the support has been amazing. I tell everyone that it's really hard to have a good program without the unwavering support of administration. So I like to give a shout out to our new principal, Mr. Quintero, Mr. Q. Also, all of our assistant principals. I think we have the best athletic director, hands down, and Coach Brad Alcock. And you know what? All of them have made this big. I tell them, the girls, it's only going to be as big as we make it. So the buzz around campus, everyone's excited for the games. And it wasn't just because we played at Etiwanda. And shout out to Stan for being willing to come down here to Moreno Valley and play us in this Inland Empire matchup. Two of the top public schools in the state. But let me tell you, it was a packed house. I hope you could put the clip up sometime during this interview or something, of how packed it was, and the energy is just crazy on campus. And that's what we wanted, just to give these girls that feeling and the opportunity that they work so hard for. And we want to try to put on a show for all our students.
Coach, so go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I was going to say again, another shout out, Etowanda. Very, again, they've been at the top for so long. Not only coming to Moreno Valley, they actually snapped our 2.5 year home winning streak. But if I'm going to lose it to anyone, Stan's my guy. So might as well be him.
All right, Coach, to make all these goals come true, Ivy League, CIF title, you mentioned state championship. You guys got some big goals. What do you think you guys have to do well? I mean, is there stuff, are there things that you're doing well right now that you hope you continue? Or maybe there's some areas that you're like, man, we need to get a little bit better here or there if we're going to be serious about all these championships?
Definitely the thing that we have to do is defend better. I tell the girls after going into every game and incorporating in the game plan, if we defend, rebound, and take care of the ball, most other things will work in our favor. So those are the things that are really important for us that we have to do for us to be able to make another run, is definitely continue to be hard-nosed, defend, rebound, and take care of the ball.
Coach, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? If you can rebound the basketball, if you can play defense, if you don't give the other team the ball, if you don't turn it over, you're probably going to win some games, huh?
Absolutely. And that's what I was telling the girls all the time, is what we try not to do is shoot ourselves in the foot. I tell the girls, sometimes less can be more. You know what I mean? Yeah. And to play team ball, share the ball with one another. We were the only school last year in California that had 3 all-state players, with Bella Medina and the Male sisters, and then everybody else to be a star in their role. So that's, what everyone is taking on. Again, I have to shout out Bella Medina as well with her growth. And, we talk to the kids about figuring it out in adversity. One of the things that, we're going to come up against things. So be adaptable and be able to handle adversity. And that's just a part of growth.
Well, Coach, listen, I really appreciate your time. It's been a heck of a season so far, but it sounds like there's still a lot of basketball in front of you guys this year with some, all these playoff runs and maybe championships on the line. So again, Heritage, Paloma Valley, Beaumont this week, and a huge one with Rancho Christian down at Temecula. So you guys will go on the road in that final league game. So that's going to be a lot of fun, Coach.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to the challenge. I have to shout out all my assistant coaches, because let me tell you, the program success and everything that we had, by no means is me by myself. You know what I mean? I have a solid staff. Again, I spoke of the administration earlier. I do want to take a moment to give it up to my staff. Coach Johnny Vasquez, let me tell you, my right-hand guy. This wouldn't be possible without him. He's helped me with what my vision for this program has been. He's helped bring that to life. Coach Dustin, Coach Asmir, Coach Anthony, all of them, let me tell you, for me to get everybody on board and on the same page and us working together and them bringing their basketball intelligence to what we have going on, it's a blessing of the staff that I have. I can't speak or say enough about them. So the wins that I, just was recognized for, I wouldn't be able to have that this quickly, especially without them and their hard work.
It's a good feeling when you work hard and then you have some nice results to show for it, right? You got some wins, you got some titles, it feels good, right? So.
Absolutely. We're trying to get that ever elusive CIF ring and CIF or state championship. And, that's the challenge, and that's just a part of the journey that I'm looking forward to.
Well, Coach, again, appreciate your time. Congrats on the season so far. Best of luck with the season remaining in front of you, the postseason coming up. That is Larry Wright. He is the head basketball coach for the Moreno Valley girls here on the Inland Sports Show. Thanks, Coach.
Hey, thanks for having us on. You already know it's a pleasure to be on. Thank you for having me, and we appreciate the big shot play of the week. Go Vikings.
Inland Sports.
Coach Wright, such a good dude, very optimistic, and he's got a really good team this season as well. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, we'll talk some high school soccer. We will also check in with our guy, Jaden Daniels, following a historic rookie season in the NFL. We'll be right back here on the Inland Sports Show after this.
And this segment of the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Boost Performance Training in Corona. Athletes of all levels and all sports train at Boost. And also ask about the Bass Private School. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist you can trust. Chick-fil-A in Yucaipa, right off the 10 freeway at Yucaipa Boulevard. Eat more chicken. And if you'd like to promote your business or organization on the show, send us an email. Help us share the positive sports stories here in the Inland Empire.
Parents, is it time for you to find another organization or club for your athlete? Now, before you switch it up, ask yourself these questions. Is your child missing practices? Do they have a bad attitude that's evident through body language? Are they running to you instead of talking to their coach? Are they stubborn about playing different positions? Do you sometimes question your child's effort during practice or competition? Are you, the parent, constantly harassing the coach? Now, if you answered no to all these questions, then maybe your boy, Boost Man.
Inland Sports.
See if Kansas City can make it a three-peat. They're going up against a Philadelphia Eagles team who, at least if you ask me, Patrick, I'm old school. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you can run the ball and play defense, you're going to win some football games. And that's exactly what the Philadelphia Eagles do. Saquon Barkley is unreal. Their defense is one of the best they've ever had. And they hammered our guy Jaden Daniels and the Commanders 55-23 over in the NFC title game.
And I mean, Jaden, to me, really showed up to play and did pretty well. But there were some turnovers, there were some fumbles, and that defense could not stop 26, even in the opening play for the Eagles. I mean, from about 60 yards out to the house.
Yes.
And that's why it's like, uh-oh.
Yeah, what was it? 7 rushing touchdowns in the game for Philadelphia. The defense did a good job on Jaden and Washington, and obviously the offense. You know, you don't have to throw it if your running game is like that. You could just run it a million times a game. But yeah, 7 rushing touchdowns against Washington. Pete Carroll, the former Seahawks head coach, most recently. I saw on social media, I think he's like a professor at USC. He's like teaching a class over there or something. I didn't know that. But he's back in the coaching games, taking over the Raiders.
Very pumped. You know me. He brought me a Super Bowl in Seattle. big Pete Carroll fan. I know there's a lot of listeners out there who are big USC fans who still remember how great Pete was there. And now, I mean, I think this may be just what the Raiders needed. My goodness, he teams up with Tom Brady. Tom turns to compete Carroll. And I think it's going to be a damn good decision. Am I biased? Yes.
Yeah, but same here. I'm a big fan of Pete Carroll as well. And the Raiders had to make a big splash. They've been toiling for years. They needed to do something huge, especially, man, they got that new stadium over there. It's awesome. They just need to bring a winner to Las Vegas. If anyone can do it, it's Pete Carroll. I know he's 73 years old. He's the oldest coach in NFL history, but he acts like a young man. And I think, again, football doesn't change a whole lot. Some schemes change and whatnot, but to win football games, it really doesn't change. Pete knows how to win football games.
Inland Sports.
Just kicking it with my boy Patrick in the morning on KCal 96.7 FM every Monday and Thursday. Check it out. We talk a lot of sports, including our guy Jayden Daniels, who had arguably the greatest rookie season ever in the NFL by a quarterback. The pride of Cajon High School set the league on fire. I mean, he was absolutely unbelievable. He should be, and he was based on the Writers Association, the Offensive Rookie of the Year, helping the Commanders get to the NFC Championship game for the first time since 1991. Jayden finished with over 4,000 passing yards on the season, over 1,000 rushing, 37 total touchdowns. And again, he is just a rookie. And the Commanders blew past any and all expectations this season with Jayden in control, commanding, pun intended, their offense this season. Get into the NFC Championship game. There's a lot of great teams in the NFC. My 49ers there, the Packers were supposed to be pretty good. And, of course, the Detroit Lions, supposed to be their season. But Jayden and the Commanders went on the road into Motown and beat the Lions, the number 1 seed, to get to the NFC Championship game. So there's a lot of layers to this, but any way you slice it, it was an incredible season for Jayden Daniels as a rookie in the NFL. And getting to the NFC Championship game and getting so close to the Super Bowl is only going to fuel Jayden going into the future. He wants to get back, and he wants it all.
Inland Sports.
Obviously, man, it sucks, man. It just sucks. Excuse my language. But just, I couldn't be prouder of the guys in the locker room. Just year one, everybody not really knowing each other. Rookies, the vets did a tremendous job of, bringing us in and helping us out. And we all just meshed, and we got to this point. But at the end of the day, man, we lost. It sucks. But we'll move on from this. I don't want to have a feeling like this again. But you got to deal with it, and move on from it. Yeah, I mean, it was just another game for me. That's how I treat it. That's how I treat every game. You got to go out there and earn it. You got to prove it. And, tonight we didn't earn it. Man, just the culture that you and Adam said here, we know the standard. And, locker room next year, we're obviously going to have guys that new guys come in and stuff like that. So, we got to teach them the standard and, uphold it to that.
Inland Sports.
The one and only Jayden Daniels. All right, let's talk some high school soccer. It is that time of the year where we are crowning league champions, and there was a couple huge matches this week. So we had not one, but 2 Kin Sporting Goods must-see games this week in boys soccer. We'll start in the land of the Big 8. It was Corona going on the road against rival Santiago, and the Panthers winning their first league championship in 10 years with a big 3-0 victory on the road against the Sharks. Congratulations to head coach Michael Sutherland, Coach Suds, and the Panthers. They are still undefeated in Big 8 league action, but that was a big win for them on the road to clinch that Big 8 league title, which, man, the Big 8 league for soccer, some really good teams and players and coaches. So that was one of our Kin Sporting Goods must-see games. The other one is in the Citrus Belt League. Redlands, East Valley, and Beaumont will battle on Thursday for the league lead. And Ukaipa's had a really good season. Cajon is always in the mix. They've got a really great squad with Rafael Lara, the head coach. But right now, Rev and Beaumont will square off on Thursday. The winner will emerge as the front runner, you could say sports cliche, the driver's seat, right, for that Citrus Belt League championship. So it's going to be a big one between the Wildcats and the Cougars coming up on Thursday out there in B-City, Beaumont. So it's a big one. All right, in the Sunkist League, we talked about some of the best leagues for soccer. We talked about the Big Eight. We just talked about the Citrus Belt League. The Sunkist League has some really good teams. Leading the way, San Gorgonio, Fontana, and Rialto have also had great seasons. But what they do in the Arrowhead Athletic Conference, because there's 3 leagues, remember, there's the Sunkist is on top, then the San Andreas, and then you've got the Skyline League. So the way they do it in the Sunkist League, and for all those leagues in that conference, is they have I don't want to say postseason, but they have an end-of-season league tournament where you can also rack up points to decide the league champion. So just because you win the tournament at the end of the regular season doesn't mean you're necessarily the league champion. You're building points the entire time through league play and then when you get to the tournament. But right now, the team that has the slight edge is San Gorgonio. They're trying to win the Sunkist League Championship. Coach Adrian Villalobos doing another masterful job at San G. He thinks the Spartans will probably be Division II, maybe Division III, but probably Division II for the CIF Southern Section playoffs. And remember, all the sports, not just football now, using competitive equity, so you don't know your playoff division until the end of the regular season. Here is Coach Villalobos talking about his squad and where they might end up for the playoffs, because this San G squad is really good.
Inland Sports.
Okay, and Coach, just talking about the Sunkist League, it's one of the, if not one of the, best boys leagues in the area. I mean, there's some really good teams and players and coaches in that league. How has it been for you guys this season? I mean, there's some pretty competitive games.
Yes, I mean, every game is going to be tough, and we've talked about this with the boys. Like, every game is going to be a tough game. There's no easy games. But yeah, I mean, Fontana and Rialto have been pretty strong this year. They got pretty good results against good teams, and I think Fontana's been ranked pretty much all year. Been in the top, both in the Max Preps ranking and in the CIF rankings.
Mm-hmm.
I believe right now they're in the 20s.
How do you feel about wrapping up the regular season right now, the way you guys are playing?
Honestly, like the last 3 games. We've changed a little bit, so we're playing a little better defensively, and we're playing more as a team, and that showed. Like we beat Rialto and Fontana, tough games, but we were able to come on top of those 2 games, and then yesterday we beat Carter 3-0. So yeah. Our team still has room to improve, but we have improved a little bit, I would say, in the last couple weeks. So we're playing more as a team.
Inland Sports.
All right, that was Coach Villalobos from San Gorgonio. Really good dude right there. And finally, some high school basketball. One of the really great stories of this season has been the Yucaipa boys basketball team. But I should say, both the Yucaipa boys and girls basketball teams are both in first place right now in the Citrus Belt League. So we could have dual champions for Yucaipa. And for the Yucaipa boys, they have never won the Citrus Belt League title. They're in a great position to win the CBL championship this year for the first time in school history. And that brings us to our Big Boost Play of the Week.
Inland Sports.
The Thunderbirds going on the road against rival Beaumont and winning a battle against the Cougars. And they have won a school record for games this year. I think it was 17. But now Yucaipa, they've blown right past that. Yucaipa is 21-4 overall on the season, 8-0 in the CBL, including a big win last night against Redlands East Valley, 75-70. So the big win on the road against Beaumont, the big win against Rev last night, and now Yucaipa has a chance to win its first ever CBL championship. That was our Big Boost Play of the Week, going on the road to a tough Beaumont squad, winning that game to set them up in position to make some school history. Our Big Boost Play of the Week, Yucaipa boys basketball winning on the road at Beaumont. And we'll keep tabs on the Thunderbirds right now. In fact, maybe we'll get them on the show next week, assuming they win out here and win that CBL championship to make some school history. All right. That's going to do for this edition of the Inland Sports Show. Thanks to all our guests, including Coby Merrill, the JW North star wrestler, and also Larry Wright. He is the head coach for the Moreno Valley girls basketball team, trying to win the Ivy League championship, and a big showdown coming up on Monday on the road at Rancho Christian down there in Temecula. All right, if you're watching this video right now, and I know you are, give it a like and also subscribe to the Inland Sports Show YouTube channel. We just crossed over 4,000 subscribers, and we really appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much. We love high school sports, and we love sharing these positive stories, so thank you for being part of our journey as well. I'm Pep Fernandez. God bless you guys. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show. Good night.